All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have a phenomenal underground hip-hop independent artist right here live on the radio station Airwaves. We have Cass Jones right here, right now. How are you doing this evening?
What up, Canada? How y'all feeling, man? It's the kid, Cass Jones. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Man, it's just a blessing, you know, and a feeling to be here. It's an actual good feeling to be here and chatting up with you and, you know, talking some real talk and getting to talk about my album and even more.
Hey, man, I gotta say, ever since we first met, man, I have absolutely loved your energy, loved the music you actually bring to the table, man. You are exactly what hip-hop needs, in my honest opinion, man. So keep doing what you do, man. You're definitely on the right track.
I mean, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You know, it's a good thing to, you know, learn from all the greats and study the greats on how to, you know, maneuver and work and, you know, make great lyrical content and, you know, put out the right message. Because, you know, all we need in the world right now is the right message and the right dialogue to keep hip-hop going and going and going, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully, you know, we can keep this thing alive. Not only just we, but me, you know what I'm saying? Me, you, and the whole world can, you know, keep it alive. And, you know, hip-hop isn't dead. It's still alive. It still lives through me. It lives through Cass Jones. It lives through Canada. It lives through America. It lives through everybody, you know, that loves hip-hop and believes in hip-hop.
But Cass, I want to take you back, man, to the beginning of your amazing career this far, man. And I have to ask, what made you actually decide to venture into the music industry initially, man? Because like I mentioned previously, you're such a phenomenal, talented artist, man. Like, what actually got you into hip-hop originally?
Well, what got me into hip-hop, man, is just listening to, like, classic old-school hip-hop, you know, on how you would listen to guys like, you know, MC Charisma, how you can listen to guys like Tupac Shakur, like how you can listen to guys like Nipsey Hussle, guys like Big Daddy Kane, Tretch, you know, from Naughty by Nature, you know, and the list goes on. That's what made me, you know, dive deep and, you know, understand the game and learn the game and work on my game, you know, because those guys, you know, shaped up themselves to be, you know, great at what they do, and that's what I want to do, be great at what I do and, you know, stay poised. And just, you know, keep on writing the best lyrics I can give and, you know, put out the best music that people want to hear. And for me, honestly, what really, you know, drove me to this point is, you know, writing poetry and staying at it and just listening to instrumentals while I'm, you know, closing my eyes when I'm going to sleep, you know, and just praying that one day I can actually get heard, you know. That's all that mattered to me.
And also, as well, on September 2nd of 2021, you actually teamed up with a phenomenal artist by the name of Bricks to actually release the collaborative single titled Ad-Libs. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this amazing single. And, of course, what was it like just working with Bricks in the studio?
Well, you know, with Bricks, it's very funny because with that song, it was old, but it's new, and it was so creative. It was timeless to me. And I feel like I wanted to put it out there because he was really, you know, going crazy with the hook. And me, I came in with, you know, a verse. And it just didn't go too long as expected. But, you know, that song was really, really creative and a good jam for people that people would want to listen to. And, you know, I think it was just a creative vibe. You know, when it's there, you know.
And also, man, I have to ask, because as well, just because I got to say, you guys had such phenomenal chemistry on this particular project, man. Like, do you guys have any plans to actually work together again in the future, or was this kind of just a one-take Tony?
Well, we worked together, you know, on previous certain times, you know, back then, but I don't know what he's up to now. But, you know, for sure I would love to work with him again. And I would love to just, you know, come up with catchy, you know, good songs, creative songs, people that could really, you know, feel good and, you know, uplifted, you know.
And also as well, man, during our previous conversations, you actually mentioned to me about how you had the opportunity to see Tretch of Naughty by Nature and other legendary artists perform. I was wondering, man, if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about that particular night, man. And of course, did you get the opportunity to actually chop it up and converse with any of these legendary individuals before or after that concert you attended?
Man, I was actually there. When I saw him live, it was just surreal. You know, seeing Tretch there and seeing Uncle Vin rock and, you know, DJ KG do their thing on stage was just phenomenal. And that right there was like, yeah, that moment to me was like, you know what? You got to go for it. Go for it. Follow your heart. You know, trust your gut. This is what you want to do, then go for it. Because if they doing it, you can do it too. And, you know, from there, it sparks was just flying, you know, and I felt like, you know what, I could rock the mic and, you know, help the crowd get hyped the same way they can get the crowd hyped and rock the mic.
And I got to say as well, I definitely agree with you, man, when you mentioned a few moments ago about DJ KG and Tretch, man. KG is actually one of my biggest inspirations, man, and influences that got me into actually spinning records and DJing and scratching, man. You can never go wrong with Naughty by Nature, man. Such a legendary group that will always go down within hip-hop history as New Jersey's finest.
Oh, yeah, New Jersey's got a long list of MCs. But, you know, to me, what really inspired New Jersey is Naughty by Nature. You know what I'm saying? Not just only Naughty by Nature, but, you know, Redman and you know, different sort of acts that came out, you know. The last MC that passed away, too. I definitely want to say that as well. Prayers to his family and condolences to all his friends that lost him. And I mean, I can't really pronounce the name at the moment, but I really feel like it's best that I can really say things respectfully and, you know, keep it that way. But you know, I just really think that doing hip hop and coming up in hip hop, you got to respect the New York, New Jersey culture. If you don't respect the New York, New Jersey culture, then what you doing hip hop for?
I gotta say, man, I definitely agree, because every real hip hop fan knows that, you know, New York City is the mecca of hip hop. That's where it all started, man.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, we came a long way from, you know, Sugar Hill Gang, the hip hop, the hip hop, and you don't stop to drop it to the bang bang boogies, end up jump the boogie to the boogie to beat. That's where we came from. That's where we wanted to, you know, express ourselves. Even through then and now, we want to express ourselves as MCs and, you know, tell our story the right way we can, so people can listen and hear and understand. Man, it's incredible to just think about Sugar Hill Gang and think about Run DMC and think about, you know, Naughty by Nature, as we just mentioned and talked about. It's crazy to think about those things, because New York, New Jersey, been holding on hip-hop for years and years to come, and it's still going on strong. And big shout-out to Big Daddy Kane, because the way he be spitting on Instagram, and I just saw his Instagram little freestyle, that was just, like, insane, man. And it made me want to pick the pen back up and go ahead and write some bars, you know, and lay down something for the cut. But, you know, other than that, man, it's a beautiful feeling, and it's a great time to really show love and show respect to, you know, New York, New Jersey. So it's nothing but love from me to you.
And also, on October 5th of 2021, you actually released the song Poker Chips featuring D-Nail YG. I was wondering, how did yourself and YG get connected? And, of course, what was it like just collaborating with him on this particular single?
Well, you know, what made that happen is that he saw me freestyling on Instagram. And when he saw me freestyling through Instagram, he DM'd me. He was like, yo, can we work together? I'm like, hey, I got you. I can definitely set up a verse right now. So I wrote down my verse in about 10 minutes or so. And while I wrote down my verse 10 minutes or so, I'm trying to break down and dissect the beat and see where it can go and see how it can end. So from beginning to end, I felt like I could put in, you know, some emphasis on it. And from there, we had a good chemistry, and we had a good, you know, work ethic of making that song happen. So his verse is already on there. He just wanted me to come in and do what I had to do and make it work. So I made it work, and it came out beautiful. It was a masterpiece.
I gotta say, it definitely was a masterpiece, man. Such a phenomenal song, man. And I have to ask, man, because also, I know what listeners are probably listening right now, and they're probably wondering where they can actually listen to Poker Chips, man. Is it actually available on all streaming platforms, or is it only available on, like, Bandcamp?
Yeah, I really wish it was, man. I really wish it was. But it's on YouTube nowadays, so you know how that goes. That's a good platform to put out music too. So if you really want to go hear that, not see, but go hear it, you know what to do. Go on YouTube, log it up, type it in, and it's there for you.
And also, as well, on February 25th of 2022, you actually released the phenomenal mixtape titled Escobar Season, the mixtape before the Blaze. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a story behind this mixtape, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy of it today?
Yeah, honestly, I came up with that by like the graces of God in my mind. Like I could just come up with something with two songs and see how it works and see how it, make the people feel. And you can also go out there and get it on iTunes. It's out there on iTunes, SoundCloud, stuff like that, and even more platforms out there I could name. But I honestly think iTunes would be a great platform for you guys to pick it up, especially on Deezer and iTunes and many other platforms.
And I gotta say as well, it definitely is a phenomenal project, man. And when we're actually on the topic of just albums and mixtapes and whatnot, man, I do know you currently have an album that's actually in the works right now as we speak. From what you are allowed to speak about, man, what can our listeners expect from this upcoming record?
Man, expect lyricism. Expect lyricism. Something that's real, something that's live, something that's happy, joyful. No matter the ups, downs, the type of album that everybody can ride to and love. Something that's real hip hop. That's what I want to bring back. That's what I want to put respect on, straight to the forefront. I know you heard about my song Rhyme Connect, my album single. That's going, crazy right now on Outlaw Radio FM. So I really want to appreciate you for that. And I also really want to say, man, once this album drop, y'all gonna hear it, y'all gonna love it, and I know y'all gonna, blast it like y'all been blasting my last few tracks. So, I mean, let the games begin, and hopefully we can put it out by next year.
Hey, I gotta say, man, it'd definitely be a phenomenal treat for all the Cass Jones fans, man. A brand new record to kick off 2023, man. I know, I'm super excited just to actually get my hands on a copy.
Hey, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, it's only for Canada. Matter of fact, it's not only just for Canada, it's for hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Because we bringing hip-hop back.
And also on April 7th, man, of this year, you actually released my personal favorite, man, which is actually a single by the name of Piece by Piece Freestyle. I was wondering if you can actually just tell our listeners a bit more about this recently released project, man, because I got to say, you definitely bring the heat in this particular freestyle.
Yeah, with that song, at that particular time, I felt like writing down what I needed to write down. You know what I'm saying? So I could put words and wordplay together and double entrees together so, the people and the listeners will understand what I'm saying. And I went in the studio and it took a good hour to get that done, get it mixed down and mastered and stuff like that. Big shout out to Parallel Sound Studios. Big shout out to them for actually, laying down the cut and helping me out with it. And, making sure that I was, on point, on key, because that's what I like to be, especially when I'm rhyming, especially when I get up there on the mic. So that's how I got to do it, and that song was just something that I really felt that I wanted to put down and get right with.
I gotta say, man, you definitely went hard, man. You spit nothing but bars in this particular freestyle, man. So I definitely suggest, if y'all haven't heard it, make sure you stream it today. But make sure as well that if it melts your speakers, Cass Jones is not reliable.
Hey, I mean, listen to the listeners, man. Stay posted, stay close. Keep your ears close and listen, because I'm always deliver for you. It's always gonna be right there for y'all in the clutch.
But I have to ask, man, what is next for yourself, Cass Jones? I do know we just spoke a few moments ago about your up and coming album that's coming out in 2023. But aside from that, man, what is next for yourself, Cass Jones? Is there anything we happen to miss? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? What we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening?
See, if there's one thing I want to say is I want to work up to getting an independent deal. That's one of the goals I have, is to get an independent deal and to, go on gigs, go on shows, go on tours, and learn from a lot of the OGs and watch how they, rock out and on stage and, and gain a lot of good chemistry and relationships with these with these great artists that, you know, came before me. That's the type of thing I want to do. You know, that's my kind of goals and aspirations as far as anyone's wondering. But, you know, if I do get that goal and I do achieve those goals by next year, I just want to be happy for it and, you know, go out there and give people a good show and, you know, have meet and greets and, you know, love my fans the way they love me, you know.
And also, Cass, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station Airwaves, just a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything you got going on, past, present, and, of course, the future as well.
My Instagram is the official Cash Jizzle. Go out there and follow that. And also, I really want to give a happy birthday shout-out to my mom. Happy birthday, moms. Much love to you. I know you're listening. You know, always got to shout out the moms, you know, because she really wanted me to shout her out on this platform. And, you know, she's been the #1 supporter since, you know, day one, since I started this. Also, I definitely want to send a shout out to my brothers, to my family. You know, man, God willing, you know, y'all were day one supporters and y'all continue to support. And to everyone, to the fans, too. I want y'all to really, you know, ride with me and go on this roller coaster ride with me through this journey with me and stay loyal. And I'm going to stay loyal to you.
And I got to say, first and foremost, Cass, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and just sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airwaves, man. It was such an honor and a privilege to talk to such a talented individual like yourself this evening, man. And I really hope down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's good to talk to you and you know, talk about music and talk about what I'm going to do for my next steps and how I'm going to maneuver in my career. You know, it's great to, you know, have an interviewer that wants to build the chemistry and the relationship with the artist and understand the artist. You know, we need more of that. You know, we need more people that can interview and ask the right questions and you know, gear up the, you know, the artists to, you know, feel confident and feel, you know, positive about themselves. Because me, I feel positive. You feel positive. You know, that's all that matters, you know. So, you know, thank you for interviewing me and thank you for giving me this time and chance to, you know, give people what they want, you know. And also to the people that really been riding with me since Human Nature. And I know y'all feeling that record too. So, you know, holla at me and, you know, get right back to me. So you got to play that on rotation, you know, so people can feel that too.
And I got to say, first and foremost, Cass, you're most certainly welcome, man. But I got to say, man, it was definitely an honor to interview you, man. At the end of the day, I just asked the questions, man, and you answered them, man. But I got to say, I'm glad that I can provide a platform for individuals like yourself, man, because I'm just trying to bring real hip-hop back, man, and bring real substance back to the music and the culture, man. So it's people like yourself, man, with those positive reviews that keep pushing me and fuel me to keep doing what I'm doing today.
I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, what's hip-hop without people who want to, you know, do what they got to do to fix the culture? We trying to fix the culture and bring it forward, not backwards. You know, that's the important part that we got to do. And as us MCs, we got to, you know, make sure that we come together as a brotherhood and you know, and write down songs that people can listen to and, you know, last forever with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the connection we got to do. Just like with interviewers who want to have that connection with the artist, we got to have that connection through the listeners, and you got to have that connection through the artist, and we got to just, you know, keep it stable and keep it rolling and moving. You know, as for you, I definitely want to thank you again for this time and you know, giving me this chance, because without you know, Outlaw Radio FM, I wouldn't have this chance. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have this opportunity. So, you know, it's always love from this side to your side, and it's always love, Canada. Anytime y'all want to hear from me, you already know where to hit me up at.
And I gotta say, man, you're most certainly welcome again. But for now, Cass, definitely have yourself a phenomenal Wednesday night, man. And of course, a great rest of the week as well, man. We definitely shall talk soon.
Oh, definitely, no doubt.
Yeah, man, most definitely, Cass. Thank you so much again, man.
Thank you.